Welcome to the K20 Center's Zoom into Your Career video series. These online career expos give students a way to explore many interesting careers and learn about their career options from volunteer professionals. Charles Glenn is the OKC Plumbing Manager for Airco Service, Inc. He started plumbing 21 years ago when he got out of high school. Plumbing and heat and air helped him get through college, where he earned a bachelor's degree in history from the University of Oklahoma. Charles has continued to analyze, service, and manage all sorts of historic plumbing and mechanical challenges throughout his career.
Awesome. Thank you. Hi, guys. My name is, as Will said, my name is Charles Glenn. I'm the Oklahoma City Plumbing Manager for Airco Service. So this is, I wanted to have this talk in the shop so you can kind of get an overview and kind of get an idea of some of the things we've got here in the shop and kind of get a visual of what we do. So a little bit about me. Will gave me a little bit of a brief introduction. I have been doing this 21 years. I started doing this right after high school. That entails plumbing and heat and air. That's what I've been doing and started doing 21 years ago. So I am the Oklahoma City Plumbing Manager. What does that mean? It means I manage plumbing in the Oklahoma City area for Airco Service. I organize, orchestrate, coordinate all of the plumbing jobs that happen in this vicinity for our company. We're a pretty big outfit here in the state of Oklahoma. We cover the entire state of Oklahoma. Our headquarters is in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We have 4 shops here in the state. Headquarters in Tulsa is about a city block of shops. We have, where you see me today, this is our Edmond location, our Edmond shop. I have an office here, but I'm also over Edmond and Moore. We have a brand new facility in Moore off I-35. And then our 4th location in the state is in Langley, Oklahoma, which is up around Grand Lake. So what do I do with Airco? So like I said, plumbing manager. Anything that happens with plumbing in this area, in the Oklahoma City metro, I'm over it. So that entails plumbing service, plumbing install, and anything that has to do, like I said, with plumbing. Airco as a company, who are we? We have been around since 1961, doing business for over 60 years now. We do heating and air, we do plumbing, we do electric, we do whole house generators. And my job is to, like I said, once again, coordinate the plumbing down here for our company. So what does that really mean? What do we do? So heat and air, we install heating and air conditioning. We help heat and cool homes. Plumbing, what does plumbing entail? Plumbing is, well, what is plumbing by definition? So plumbing is conveying and moving liquid, gas, or liquid waste through a system of piping or apparatuses. So that's what we do. What does that mean? So I want you all to really visualize your home. Visualize where you live. Visualize your morning routine this morning. When you got up, you got out of bed, you were getting dressed, you walked into the bathroom, you turned on the faucet, you brushed your teeth, whatever your morning routine is, like, it had a lot to do with water. Water was in that routine, and we help provide that water in your home, in businesses, and that's what we do as plumbers. But do we just do water? No, we do more than that. Like I said, we help with water, gas, and liquid waste too. So you kicked on the left knob of that faucet. So on the left side of that faucet, hot water, when you turn that left side on, hot water comes out. So we heat water as well. So not only do you have water coming into the structure, into your home, into that bathroom, you want it to be hot too. Nobody wants to take a cold shower. That's one of the worst things ever. So we help provide hot water. When you're, now let's go back to visualizing your morning again this morning before you guys went to school. You guys got up, you got dressed, you got, took a shower, brushed your teeth. Now you're in the kitchen and now you're cooking. Okay. Or your parents have cooked something for you. You're, fixing a quick breakfast. If you kick on that stove, and if that's a gas stove, we provided the gas to that stove. We helped fuel that stove. That's one of the things we do. We provide gas and pipe gas into homes and buildings. That's a big part of what we do. Now you've ran that sink, you had to go to the bathroom. Well, all that stuff has to go somewhere, and it's piped into drainage pipes, what we call DWV, drain, waste, vent piping. That has to go somewhere, and that is plumbed to go out of your home. So you don't want that to, that nastiness to go in the house. We want it to go out of the house. If you're in the city, if you're living within city limits, that's tied into the municipality's drainage system, and we tie into that. We work with the cities and make sure that everything that we do in your home, in your structure, is plumbed correctly, so it's safe. And we've got gas, we've got drains, water that's got to be safely plumbed in and out of your home, and that's what we do. So that's the plumbing. So we do Airco, heat and air. We heat and cool your home. We do plumbing. We do electric. We can rewire your house when you go flip on your light switch. We're the guys that can do that all the way through. We can take the electricity from the source to the panel into the house, and then to every fixture you have in the house, and wire your whole house. Another thing that we do, whole home generators. So if you guys are here in the metro right now, in the Oklahoma City metro area, we've got storms coming in. If you watch the weather, we've got some storms coming in, not only today, but tonight. We live in that area, that part of the world where we are in a storm zone with the way the jet stream crosses over the state. So we lose power often. It happens with storms and a variety of different things that go on here. So we provide and install whole home generators. So when your lights go out, power goes out, generator will automatically kick on. It's got an engine built inside of it. It'll kick on, power wherever you want in that home. You can size that generator to run the entire house, or you can size it to run just your lights, maybe just the fridge. We can size it to do whatever you want. So that's what we do. That's basically as a whole what the company does. So now what do I do? What does Airco Oklahoma City Service Manager or Plumbing Manager do? So we're Airco Service. So we're a service company. That means we go out and we service and we fix things, but we also install things. So I'm the Oklahoma City Plumbing Manager. I'm over install and service of anything that has to do with plumbing down here, like I said. So when we install, if you see behind me, I've got some water heaters behind me back there by the service truck. We install these water heaters. I've got tankless water heaters and regular water heaters. We install those. I've got teams out today installing water heaters. I got a crew out installing a tankless water heater right now. I organize and make sure that job is, once it's sold, I make sure we can get it done. We have the materials, the guys know what they're doing, and I coordinate and organize all of that from the beginning all the way through the end. Water. I've got a crew right now out in Piedmont, Oklahoma, installing a water filtration system. So the city, if you live in the city, you're going to get your water from the city, from the municipality. If you live out, in a rural area, you're going to have to drill your own well, and you're going to have a well company come and drill a well, so then you can have water then piped into your house via a well. Once you get that water in, whether it's from the city or from the well, you want to have it filtered, and we do that. I've got a crew installing right now in the city of Piedmont, in the municipality in that area. There's a home that's within city limits, and we're installing a water filtration system. So basically, the water lines are coming into that house, or the main water lines coming into that house. Before it hits anything, before it hits a water heater, before it hits any other faucet, we are filtering it, and we're filtering that water and making sure that that water is softened. We're taking that calcium and that sediment and that hardness out of that water, so we can not have that sediment and calcium and that hardness that's in that water attack the fixture, because what that'll do is that will really just eat away at the metal within the faucets, within the water heaters. It deteriorates pipes and just wreaks all sorts of havoc. So that's one thing we do as well. So service, as far as plumbing, more things that we do and that I coordinate is, not only am I coordinating the installs of water heaters and the installs of water filtration systems, but also service. So let's go back to your house. Let's visualize your house one more time. You're in your house and you go to the bathroom this morning and you turn on the faucet and, oh my gosh, it doesn't work. It's broke, water's not coming out, or you turn it on and water goes everywhere. You don't know what to do. You call the plumber. That's what we do. That's what service plumbing is. We go out and we fix stuff all the time. And I tell my team, my guys, that you're really plumbing heroes in that aspect, because we deal on the service side with emergencies all day long. We work 24/7. So our when you call us, you can call us middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning. The phone's going to ring. We're going to answer it, and we're going to come to you if you've got an emergency. So say you got up and now it's the middle of the night. You went up to kick on that faucet and the faucet didn't work and it leaked and it flooded. Oh my gosh, I can't figure out how to turn the water off. Call your local plumber, call us, we come out, we fix it. And that's what we do. So we're emergency service, regular service. And so that's one of the things that service really entails. Best way to visualize it is thinking about water and what can happen, when you kick on a faucet. If it doesn't work, we're the guys that can come out and fix it and make it work. We work on water, like I said, heating water. We work on gas. So visualize your house again. So you went in the kitchen, you're right, you kicked on that stove, and if it's a gas stove, that burner is going to have a flame to it. We provide that flame. We fuel that stove. You've got a fireplace. Most fireplaces are gas fueled or have a gas log starter, excuse me. We provide that. So if you were to build a home brand new, you guys are, in your homes now, but say you visualize a dream home that you would like to live in, a mansion. You're watching a TV and you're like, man, that looks really awesome. I'd like to live in that home someday. Well, when you have it built, the plumbing team that comes in to build it, what we do is we install the drains in that home. We install the water in that home. We install the gas in that home to fuel the water heater, to fuel the furnace. You can have gas heat, if you want gas heat. If you want to have a fireplace, we do that. Your stove, your barbecue, we can fuel natural gas barbecues. Your fire pits in the backyard. If you'd like to have an outdoor fire pit fueled by gas, we do that all the time. If you want to have in your big dream house a pool out back, you're like, man, that'd be awesome, but I'd like to be able to swim in that pool in the spring, maybe in the fall, maybe in the winter. Maybe I have a December birthday. We have a December birthday pool party, but it's going to be pretty cold. Well, we heat those pools. You can install a pool heater, and we fuel the gas. We provide the gas that fuels those pool heaters and can heat those pools. We do that all the time, day in and day out. Just went to a call yesterday. Customer has a generator and needed us to fuel it. So I went to his house. I looked at what he's wanting to do, the application that he's wanting to have installed, the appliance, and I figured out a way for us to fuel that appliance and tap into his existing gas system and what we needed to do to fuel it. So what does that entail? Math, science, code books, textbooks. So you guys are studying in school. You guys have your own textbooks, right? You have history textbooks and math textbooks. Well, these are our textbooks. So these are code books. So these are international code books that tell us what we need to do as far as parameters that we need to be in and scales that we need to adhere to and help us design and build systems for gas, for water, and for drains so that I can properly plumb the home where it's safe and going to be effective as well. So, in summary of what I do, I'm coordinating all of this. I'm going out and making sure that my guys have what they need on the bigger jobs. I'm making sure that when we have service calls that they're organized, that my team has jobs throughout the day, that they're not overloaded, that the board I'm constantly scheduling and making sure that we're getting to customers in a timely manner. So you guys have, maybe you haven't necessarily done this, but your parents most likely have, where you've called out the cable company, for example, or wanted them to come out and fix your TV. Nobody likes having to wait for that service. So you don't want to wait for, they tell you, we'll be out there between 8 and noon. We don't want to be that. We want to schedule it and be there more promptly. So we are constantly trying to do that with service and get to you in a timely manner. So you're not waiting around while your faucet is flooding, the house, and we want to get to you in a timely manner. So that's one of the biggest things I do is throughout the day. For today, for example, I had to get my guys out as soon as they came in. I opened up the shop this morning, turned the lights on, turned the computer on in my office, check my schedule, make sure nothing's changed from last night, make sure that, where I was sleeping, I had a guy out, make sure that he didn't get called out in the middle of the night, make sure I know what's going on, make sure today's schedule is organized and my teams and trucks are dispatching where they need to be dispatched to, and then we're getting to the customers in a timely manner. That's what my morning routine is typically. But then on the hindsight, after the jobs are all done, what do I have to do as well? I have to make sure that the jobs are done correctly. And how do we do that? How do we ensure that? Well, we digitally document everything. We take pictures, we take videos, we have extensive notes of everything that we do. So we come to your house, we'll take a minimum of a before and an after picture, a minimum of what we saw when we first got there, and then what we did when we left. But that's a minimum. We take pictures and document the whole thing. So then I have to go back and review it. My team has to do that so I can review the jobs, because I can't go out all over the state and all over the metro. I have to make sure my team is documenting their work very well so that I can follow up on it. I have to make sure that the jobs are costed properly. So let's go back to math, accounting. I deal with our accounting department on a daily basis, making sure that my department is profitable, because we're a business. We're not a non-for-profit. We're here to serve customers and to help customers and be your plumbing hero. But we're also, here to, the guys have to eat. We're here to make money, and it's a business, and we all have to provide for our families and do so. So we give a pretty good analogy of that we do this all the time, and this is a great way for you to get your head wrapped around our business and what we do. So, and what I do. So my job is to make sure that, imagine a three-legged stool, a stool that you'd sit on, a bar stool. And those three legs, one leg is the customer, one leg is the company, Airco Service. The other leg is the employee. So as a manager, what do I have to do? I have to make sure that that stool stays upright at all times. I have to make sure the employee, my team, my guys are content, are happy, are doing okay. I have to make sure that they're fine. I have to manage them. I have to then also manage the business within Airco, within my department, to make sure the business is holding up and taken care of, right? But then the other leg, the most important leg out of the other two, of all three legs, is the customer. I have to make sure that the customer is taken care of. So one of the things I do all the time is I'm constantly talking to customers. I don't take the phone calls. We're a big outfit here at Airco. Like I said, we've got 4 locations within the state. We have 240 trucks out there across the state right now. We've got 400 some odd employees. We've got an office staff of 20 people minimum taking phone calls, throughout the day. So I don't take those calls, but anything that arises within my department, I've got to make sure I can, talk to the customers, explain what's going on, and make sure that they're happy, that they're pleased with our service. We're a service company. I have to make sure that, we got to them in a timely manner, make sure that we were able to fix their issue. How else do I help with that? Well, I help my guys. I've been doing this for, like I said, 21 years. I started doing this right out of high school, did it through college, and I've been doing it for a minute now, right? So I'm able now to help my guys in the field, even without the pictures and without the videos. So how do you get to that level? How do you get to doing what I do? Well, I had to be in the field for a long time. I had to actually run those calls for a long time. I had to install the water heaters. I had to do the new construction. I had to build the homes. So I've got experience doing all of that. Been doing that for quite a long time. So when my guys call me, I can visualize in my head. I can have this X-ray vision, and I can go, okay. I can just listen to them, and they can calmly explain on the phone what they're seeing, what's going on. Walk me through the issues. And I can help them troubleshoot. That's what I do. I do a ton of that throughout the day. My phone rings quite often, and I'm troubleshooting, diagnosing, helping my team, and leading them through their day. And that's what a manager does. You're managing the business, you're managing your team, you're managing your customers, making sure that all of it works. Because if one leg falls, man, it's going to go haywire in a heartbeat. So that's basically, what I do, my day in and day out. How could you guys end up getting into this industry? How could you do what I do? How could you do this? So I, like I said, started doing this 21 years ago, right out of high school, did it through college. Did I need to go to college for this? Absolutely not. Did not need to go to college to become a plumber. I went to the University of Oklahoma, loved my time there. Did I study plumbing at OU? No, they don't have that at OU. They have construction management. That's something I could have studied when I was there. I opted to study history, love history, love plumbing and love history. And I use both of them every day. Do you need to go to the university to do this? Like I said, you don't. How do you get into this? Well, you find a company like Airco and you ask if you can come in as an apprentice. Can you join their apprenticeship program? Companies like us throughout the state and throughout the nation have apprenticeship programs where we hire individuals without any experience. And when you come on in the trades and plumbing, heating and air, electrical, and you join the trades and you have no experience, you're an apprentice. And an apprenticeship program it's been around for a long time. Going back, let's discuss history for a little bit. Benjamin Franklin, one of our forefathers, the United States, he was an apprentice. Most of the forefathers that we've had that helped, start this country and found this country, they went through apprenticeship programs themselves. Were they plumbing? No, not really, because we didn't really have plumbing, indoor plumbing, really back then. The White House didn't have plumbing until 1833. That was just on the first floor. So it's evolved. So we've had apprenticeship programs for blacksmith and for craftsmen, home builders, all sorts of different shipbuilders. But we've had apprenticeship programs for a long time, and companies have their own. And you basically, if you wanted to get into the trades and you didn't want to go to trade school, you could go to trade school. That's another option. We'll discuss it here in a second. You can go directly and work for a company as an apprentice until you have enough time to where then you can take your test to get to the next level. So what are the levels of plumbers and HVAC guys and electricians? So you got 3 levels. You've got the apprenticeship level, your entry level, you're an apprentice, you're learning the trades, you're working and learning at the same time. You're getting paid to learn. We pay you as you learn. You don't work for free, we pay you. And you're learning as an apprentice. The next level is a journeyman. That's your next level. As a journeyman, as an apprentice, let's go back to what that is, what that really entails. You have to be supervised. I have to make sure that when I have an apprentice, I can't just send them out, and they can go to Lawton, Oklahoma right now. They've got to have somebody that's with them. They've got to be supervised. That next level after apprentice is a journeyman. A journeyman can go out unsupervised. So that's who I have got leading my jobs today. I talked to you guys about, I got a crew out doing a tankless water heater right now. We're doing a water filtration system. Those jobs are being led by journeymen. Each one of those jobs, I got 3 guys on one job and then 3 or 4 on another. So those jobs are led by journeymen. Journeymen lead jobs or they run jobs by themselves. That's the next level. So the third and final level that we have in the state of Oklahoma is your contractor level. So that's what I am. I am a contracting plumber. I have my plumber's contractor, or my plumbing contractor's license, excuse me. So that means I could open up my own shop. This could be Charles's Plumbing. And that's what I do day in and day out. I have the ability to not only oversee journeymen, and apprentices, but I have the ability to run the whole gamut. I could have journeymen throughout the state working under me. I'm organizing and orchestrating the whole shooting match. That's the levels that you have with plumbing and HVAC, heating and air. It's the same thing. You've got apprenticeships, you have journeyman level, and then you have contractors. Electrical, the exact same thing. Electrical is a little bit different because electrical and HVAC are a little bit different because you have limited and unlimited capabilities. So your license could be limited to what you can work on, the scope of things you could work on. So as a company here, when it comes to HVAC and electrical, we have unlimited licenses that the company holds. So we can work on a variety of things, all the way to the biggest, basically, for example, Paycom, the Paycom building where the Thunder play. We can work on those facilities as well. So it allows you to work on small stuff all the way to the large, big industrial stuff. And we do that here. We work on, as a service company, we work on mainly residential. And I say that because, and I explain it this way, in the state of Oklahoma, anywhere, like there's more houses than there are businesses. So we're mainly going to be residential. We work on commercial businesses. That's what, if you say residential or commercial work is business work. Your school would be considered a commercial facility. We work on that stuff, those facilities. We also work on bigger industrial stuff. We work on, in the state of Oklahoma, we actually plumb and do the heating and air for the entire, all the facilities for Oklahoma Natural Gas. We do that here in our company. a ton of businesses that we take care of all their facilities throughout the state. We do that. But if somebody were to ask me, what's your primary thing that you do, I would say residential, just because once again, there's more houses. So that really is a nutshell of what we do day in and day out. That explains the licensing and how it is that you get into the industry. And really the best way to do it, like what I did, is I went and got on right after high school with a local plumber, local heat and air company, and that's how I got into it. I didn't know what I wanted to do coming out of high school. Went to college. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, what I wanted to study. I've had a million jobs. My favorite job of all time is what I do for a living. I love what I do, and this is what I started doing right out of the gate. And as I was finding myself, I found that this was my niche, and this is what I wanted to do. It's incredibly rewarding doing this type of work. You are literally helping people all day long. That's what we do. We seriously help people, whether it's somebody's home, their business, their company, whatever we're working on, we're helping somebody out. We're going in and we're fixing problems that somebody can't fix themselves because they either don't have the know-how, they don't have the time. But we're those guys that get that done. We constantly are jumping into emergencies and challenges. We're helping somebody out on their worst day, possibly their worst week, maybe their worst month, or even their whole, like this could be like the worst year they've had, because they're dealing with an issue they've never seen before. We deal with magnitudes and floods, and we do that all the time. We help fix water leaks that ruin homes and businesses, and we have to help navigate those situations and walk into a terrible situation. We're walking into constantly crisis after crisis after crisis, where somebody's got a major issue, whether it's a sewage issue, where the drains in the home won't drain down, plumbing, the water is leaking and flooding the house. It's caused so much damage, ruin the entire home. We see that all the time. It happens, and we deal with that. And we're the guys that come in and we assess the situation, we diagnose the situation, we get a game plan, and we fix the situation. And it's just incredibly rewarding. It's the most rewarding thing I've ever done. The whole and the whole thing about everything, the plumbing and heating and air and electric, it's just so, like I said, just so rewarding. I can't even explain any more than that, but just saying it's so rewarding. It's challenging. It's technical. I know that we all have grown up. It's 2021, right? So we all have computers, and we're all on computers constantly in the classroom, at work, and we're technical as well. In my hand, been holding this for the entire time. This right here, if you guys can see this is a little bitty camera that I have, and we do this all the time. We do scopes. I send cameras like this down drains, in walls, and I analyze and look and diagnose. We use mapping technology, audio, visual technology, so we can come in and detect and listen to water leaks, gas leaks. We use manometers and different tools to measure gas pressure and just really get into the technical aspect of this. I'm going to open up this unit back here so you guys can see this unit. But you guys see that? I mean, look at that. There's a motherboard on there. There's so much going on. We have to fix that. We have to work on that. We have to make sure we know how that thing operates in and out. There's power, there's electricity going in there, there's gas, there's water. It all has to work simultaneously. It has to be vented properly. It has to be safe. If not, this could be a bomb. There's gas, right? Gas, fire, that could go off. That could be bad. So we have to plumb it safely and make sure it's done properly. And we do that day in and day out.